Dr. Inez.
Hello.
I'm so happy to see you. Thank you very much for agreeing to do the podcast. So what I wanted to do today, first, I wanted to just talk to you about your book that you have, which is My Father's Antique Store. So again, welcome to my podcast, Pieces on the Pages. Thank you so much.
I am delighted to be here.
Thank you. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to talk about your bio, which is you have done a lot. So it tells me that your bio is that you've been teaching for more than 30 years and primarily pre-K through the third grade in both private and public schools.
Yes.
In Augusta, Georgia, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Columbus, Ohio.
Yes.
So I'm sure that's pretty rewarding teaching the younger generation.
Yes, it is. It's very rewarding.
Good. And you earned a doctorate degree in counseling from United Theological Seminary in Dayton, Ohio, and you received your EDS and MA in early childhood education from Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and you have a BS in human development from the Ohio State University in Columbus, Ohio.
Yes.
Wow.
The Ohio State University.
You are an educated sister.
Yes.
I love it.
Thank you.
And the reason why we are here again, but let me just say that you do have a couple other books that I wanted to just hand me your. So you've authored Chocolate Drops of Life, and
Caramel drips.
Caramel Drips of Life.
Caramel Drips
That's
of
that.
Life.
And
I
then
have a monthly planner.
Okay. And then you have your monthly planner.
Yes.
Excellent. So where can people get your publications?
Okay, it is on Amazon, and that's where you can get it, or you can contact me directly. I'm on social media as Eunece Inez, and I have it on Instagram. I have it not on YouTube yet. I'm working on that.
Okay.
Those are the places that you can get it.
Okay.
And Facebook, of course.
Okay. They can inbox you on Facebook if they want a copy. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And like I said, we're going to be talking about My Father's Antique Store. And tell me about your
This is
coloring
an
book.
activity and coloring book that I use when I go into the schools and talk with the children, especially if it's more than an hour or if it's more than one day. We work through the activity book to talk about different resiliences that they may have gone through but don't know it. Also for the teachers and how to explain resilience, because a lot of the children come to school already with a load of resiliences that they've gone through, even at 4 and 5 years old.
Wow.
They've had a lot of maybe trauma in their lives. So I like to bring that to the children so that they can know they can do anything without giving up.
Yes. Excellent. And what are the age groups?
This is from pre-K to third grade.
Okay.
I mean, it can be used for any level. It's just adjusted. I have some numbers, and they can look through the book and do the numbers. And they can also, this is the store match game, matching, and we have a word search, a crossword puzzle. They get to know what kind of what's in the book, and it's even multiple choice, or do they remember what's in the story? That's what we teach. We want to reach comprehension, not just reading, but understanding what you read.
Right.
And so the answers are in the back of the book. This is a fill in the blank.
Okay.
So there are several activities. I know that this age group likes word searches,
Okay.
and they can do it together.
Okay.
And these word searches are things that are in the book. The words may be challenging, but I like to challenge my readers, the young readers, because they can do a whole lot more than what we think.
Yeah, right, correct.
So they
yeah.
can color the pictures.
Nice.
I've had that experience of them coloring me. My face is purple, or it might be green. My hair is a different color. And it's something I know when I teach, the children do use different colors that they like, but it's not. And when I see myself being colored yellow or orange, it's another story. So I just have to be open to
Right.
whatever they do.
Yeah, because that's the creativity
Yeah,
in
it is.
children.
It really
yes.
is.
They don't have closed minds.
No, they do
no,
not.
their minds are very open. They're very, they're like sponges, and they're very, very innovative and creative.
Yes.
So I love that. Thank you for that. But when I read your book, My Father's Antique Store, I loved how you gave us, the readers, or us, a glimpse of your childhood memories.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, she's in your book. I mean, it's small, but yet it's powerful and it's compact.
Yes.
And I got to visualize, some of your memories, your upbringing, and I just thought that was absolutely beautiful. And I was really fascinated with the story in the book, and just how you how it was structured. It's relatable, and it talks about your experiences. And I thought that was I just really thought that was, it really engaged me.
Good.
As an adult,
Yes.
so I can imagine as a child how engaging and how excited that they were just to, what's next? What's next?
Yes.
What is she talking about here? What's going on? And then I just love how your illustrations, they're vibrant.
Yes.
I
they
mean,
are.
your illustrations are, they're absolutely beautiful, and I love that. I
Yes.
love how you put this together. So it made your illustrations really made your memories come alive.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed your book. I really did. I must say that.
Thank you.
And it's beautifully crafted in a way that it touches your heart as well as your imagination.
Right.
And so I can see how kids would quickly just eat this up and
Yeah.
just really say, you know what? Wow, this is like. So do they take?
They do. And I must say something about my illustrator. Her name is Aaliyah Burks.
Okay.
And she's excellent in looking
Yes.
at the story and bringing it out. The children like colors. They like the book, and it
Yeah.
looks like them, some of them, or they can relate to what happens at home.
Yeah.
And when we look at the antiques, that some of them don't know what an antique is. I'm surprised none of them. I do tell them it has to be over 50 years old.
Okay.
The antiques. And so they were fascinated with the clock and knowing that my father could fix anything. So he
Right.
used to fix the grandfather clocks. And getting to the part where they see, I didn't want to start the book off with talking about his prosthetic.
Right.
They
yeah.
knew what a prosthetic was.
Oh, okay.
They were much more in tune than I thought they would be. And because they're in an age where electronics, bionic, so they think it was a bionic arm.
Oh, wow.
So
that is so cool. I
yes,
love that.
and that's them using their imagination.
Yeah.
And we were in a different time zone, so I had never seen a bionic arm
Yeah.
until I was a grown up.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Well,
so-
me either. Yeah.
Yes, and so they were very engaged. So we were able to talk about things that they didn't think that they could do, their limitations. And so in that regard, that's what we talk about, and that's how I can tap into their world, and they can tap in and make the book relatable.
Right.
Because I had to go back to my 5-year-old self
Right, yeah.
to even think like a child, or what was I thinking? And I have vivid imaginations.
Wow, yeah. Because like you were saying, I like how your book, it does demonstrate your family's resilience.
Yes.
And I like that. And kids can relate to that. They may not know what resilience is, what the actual term is,
Yes.
but like you stated earlier, they are resilient. Children
Yes.
are resilient,
They really are.
And they were able to, it is something how you can write a story and people or children, especially children, can pick it up just like that and relate to it.
And then they can, I have them write their own story, and what in your life that you did not think you could do. Then there's a picture of my father in the hospital after he lost his arm, and they had to amputate the whole arm. And so they can relate to somebody else who went to the hospital in their family.
Right, yeah.
And they would tell me things that their parents couldn't do, but they learned how to do something that was difficult.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah, because I know just by reading the book, I know that you wrote the book to specifically honor your father.
Yes.
And you gave me this picture.
Yeah.
He's a handsome man.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, look at Doc's father.
Yes.
Very, very handsome. And so why did you, so the book was to honor your father.
Yes.
And so when you wrote that, honoring your father, and so why did you think that was important?
That was important because I never thought about all the things my father could do until I became an adult. And I saw how his life was so meaningful, because to me, I didn't understand how he got his arm on every day. There is a part in the book where I tried to put the arm on.
I know, I saw that.
Yes, and I think, well, and then I got scolded by my mother because
there's
she
your mom
said,
right there.
Yeah, she said, this is not a toy and it's expensive.
Right. Look at
So I thought
that.
I was trying.
Wow,
I said,
look
how
at
does
that.
he get his arm? But see, there's a metal plate that stops. So I couldn't get my arm in. It wasn't meant for somebody with an arm. But at 5 years old, I didn't understand that.
Right.
So I tried and I tried, and I could not get it on. Later on, I found out some of my other siblings also tried to get the arm on.
Right, because they were trying to figure it out as well.
Yes, right.
Right.
So then I saw my father strap his own arm on and how he could buckle it with one arm, and how he could tie his shoestrings and make a bow. He even taught me how to tie my shoestrings. And it was just fascinating how he would cook. So I started looking at all of that. I think a certain age, you go back and you look at your life, you're able to evaluate it. And I thank God that I came on the positive side of his life and seeing how he was able to manage, how he was able to sometimes pack his own truck.
All by himself.
By himself.
All by himself.
Especially if we were not around.
Yeah.
Because he worked in the daytime when we were at school. But the favorite things was I saw going to the antique shows.
Yeah.
Because he was on the Antique Road show before it was on TV.
Oh, wow.
Where people would come and get their items, appraised.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, and so he would appraise their items.
Yes.
Antique items.
Yes.
Wow.
To see whether it was an antique or was
okay.
it worth anything or what it was worth.
Right.
He would also go to estates and appraise their furniture or whatever they had in the house. Mm-hmm. So we went on some of those sites with him.
That's exciting, though.
It is exciting.
That is so exciting.
I mean, one of my favorite places was the Corning Glassware Center.
Okay, yes, you have that in the book.
Yes.
I thought that was fascinating.
Yes,
as well.
and I saw the glass blower make glass, and it was so fascinating.
So how old were you?
I was about 6 years old.
Wow,
Yes.
Wow.
And so we would stand at the table with him sometimes. On that particular antique trip, we went to Corning Glassware Center is huge. So we were able, it was my sister and my brother, we were able to roam around and see what they were doing. And that was one of the exciting things to see the glass blower.
Okay.
So it was a distance. So there was a glass window that you couldn't just walk in there.
Oh, okay.
Because as kids,
Right.
children do some dangerous stuff. So
right. Injured herself.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was a distance away. So we watched it and it was like fireworks. Seeing that glass, he would blow into it to see the glass change colors.
Yeah, wow.
And all
And
the
then it
colors.
just makes all these different little shapes and
Yes.
whatever, whatever you want to make.
Right.
Yeah, so your dad was very, very talented, very skilled, very, very creative.
Yes, he was.
And innovative, it sounds
Yes.
like, too. And so is that where you got a lot of your creativity
I-
and a lot of your resilience, too?
Yes. Children learn by watching.
Mm-hmm.
And so these are the things that I learned. And as I started teaching, I didn't realize that resilience came from my father and my mother, but mainly being in the business world. And I look at myself when I go to book signings or book events where other authors are there. It's the same thing my father did. I have books. He had antiques.
Right, wow.
So,
yeah, you can relate that to
Right.
your upbringing.
Right. He told us about the coins, the silver coins that were going off the market. The government was pulling all the silver off the market. And so he said anything that has 1960 or older on coins like dimes, nickels, pennies, all of that.
Okay.
He said that is worth money.
Mm-hmm.
So he started saving. Every time we went to the store, we would look at the money and we would
'cause he
bring
taught
it to him, and he would save silver. In fact, a few of my brothers still have the silver.
Oh, wow.
Silver coins. And as time goes on, it's valuable.
Right,
and a lot of
right.
times we think that antiques, they're junk, but it's not junk.
Yes, yeah, I love
But,
antique.
yes.
Yes.
So he was the only black antique dealer in the state of New York. That's where we grew up.
Nice.
We traveled New York State with all his antiques. He would do it on the weekend, so we had time to go with him. But he was the first antique dealer, I believe, on the East Coast, the black antique dealer. So it was amazing to see. Why he chose antiques, I don't know.
Yeah, it was just something that, was a hobby, or when he was maybe younger, and just something that, he just like, let me just pursue this.
Yes.
But I like the fact that your father did not allow his handicap. He didn't have a woe is me spirit.
No, he did
and
not.
he didn't allow his handicap to handicap him.
And I see
It
that.
wasn't crippling,
No,
you know what I mean?
he would not take disability, anything. He never had to go to the government for anything because he knew how to make his own money. And so I learned from him that giving up is not an option.
Yes.
It's like I can and I will.
Right.
Watch me.
Yes, because that's
So-
what he downloaded to you all. And that's what you all saw, though, as
Yes.
children growing up that I can do whatever I put my mind to.
Yes.
Anything is possible
Yes.
if I would just believe it.
Right.
Right.
And, it sets the stage for the rest of your life is that, nope,
Yes.
I can't give up.
Yes, yes, yes.
So it's a journey, and it's something that I take with me, and I've taught my son giving up is not an option. What are you going to give up to?
Right, yes.
There's nowhere to go.
Right, yes.
When you're down, there's nowhere to go but
right,
up.
yes. When you're down, there's nowhere to go but up. I love that. Yes, 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 yes. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So did you want to add anything else? Because I have my last question.
Yes.
And that I wanted to say, because I just really believe that your book is very, very inspiring. So what would you want your readers, what's the takeaway? You could just give me a couple if you want.
And the takeaway is, as I said, they can tell their own story. I trained them to be a writer. In fact, one class I had, they were able to publish their book through Scholastics.
Oh, okay.
And they had, to make the book, it was $1. That was the program that they had.
Nice.
Our stories are powerful. And when we share our stories, we're sharing some of the most intimate parts of ourselves, the value that we learned. And everybody has a story to tell.
Don't be ashamed. Right.
Yes.
Yes.
And I think that the things that I was never ashamed of my father with one arm because that's all I knew.
But in your mind, you're thinking, oh, shoot, he can do more than that
Well,
man that has
as an
two
adult,
arms.
I found that out. As a child, I thought my father was the greatest man in the world. Even though
That is
my
so
father
beautiful.
was very strict, he was a minister, so we had to live up to a standard that other
is
kids
good.
didn't have to live up to. So sometimes that was difficult, but I always thought, follow the program. I would tell my siblings to follow the program. You'll get through this.
Yes, yes.
Because when you resist it, when you rebel, it's not going to
issues.
turn out real well.
Right. This is the map. This is the program. And this is what we already have the guideline in place.
Right.
So this is our guide. So let us follow it. Because if we venture off, there's going to be some issues.
Oh, I saw those issues coming up with my siblings. I would think, why do you keep doing the same thing when you know you're not gonna win?
Right. The results are the same. Right. Exactly.
I also want the children to know that they can do anything. They can do whatever they set their minds to do. Take the negative and make it into a positive.
Yes.
Get out of life, whatever you go through, get out of it the good. I mean, that's all we can squeeze out of life is optimism.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I like to teach optimism.
Yeah.
And I want to talk with them about what it is in their life. What do you want to do? There's a price to pay to do whatever you want to do.
Yes.
So
yes.
I had one little boy who came to me and said, when I got through reading the book, he said, my sister is in heaven. I said, what do you mean? He said, she went to heaven because my mom was in a car accident. I said, where was your sister? He said, she was in my mom's belly.
Okay.
And so what happened is she didn't survive the accident.
Car accident.
And so he said, I need that book. I said, well, I don't have a book for everybody in the class. And I said, so you can ask your teacher to see if they can get a book for you. And he said, he came back later, he said, while the kids were going out, he said, I really need that book. So I actually signed the book for him and gave it to him, hoping that the rest of the kids wouldn't come back.
I love the
looking for him.
persistence.
Yes, he was
He's
persistent.
determined. Yeah,
And he was dealing with a death in his family, a sister that he never saw, but he knew where she was.
Right.
And so something in the story touched him. and so that he could talk.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's what kids need. I know that children need to talk and
Yeah.
tell their story. I would allow them to talk about, what happened on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I decided I am not going to ask that question anymore because what they told me was traumatizing to me.
To you as an adult.
Yes.
Wow. Wait.
So,
just imagine.
yes.
But they got up on Monday morning and came to school.
They came to school.
Whether they wanted to come, I'm sure they had to come, or
Yes.
I'm not sure. But they came to school and made the best of it.
Yes. And some of them
Yeah.
have some very difficult circumstances that they're dealing with, and I know they are. So when they step into my presence or into my class, I wanted to make them forget all their troubles
Yes.
and just have fun.
Yeah, that's
Just
a gift.
learn.
That's
Yeah.
a gift. That's a gift to be able to do that.
Yes.
So here we are. So we're going to wrap up, and so this is going to be my last question. So we and I know that you created a puzzle for your book, and so this is what I want to ask, because pieces on the pages was created really from God, and then I put a puzzle in place, and from my book cover, and so the puzzle. When we think about a puzzle and we compare it to our life, so this is what I want to ask you: if you compare your life to a puzzle, what kind of puzzle would it be? And so I got 3 options for you, and then you choose one, and then you can explain. So first one is, when you think about a puzzle, is when you think about your life, when you compare it to a puzzle, is it pieces scattered on a table, edges that keep expanding, or one that receives help from others?
I would say it's the edges that keep on expanding because their life doesn't stop. I still have goals. I'm still thinking of things that I can do, even though I retired like 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. It's been 3 years.
Yes, it's been 3 years. So I still think of ways, and I have the time to publish. I'm going back to get my kids that, when I say kids, that's the age group that I like teaching.
Okay.
And I want to expand their edges. I want to expand the borders because there's so much. Yes, there's a lot in the middle. We're just going to keep it moving.
Yeah, I love that.
The middle will fill in.
Right.
But
right.
I want the borders to spread.
Yes.
That there is nothing by the grace of God that I cannot do.
Right. You
So,
you can't. And here's the thing: I just believe that we can't even imagine the places that God will take us.
yes.
The things that we will do with God. We can't even imagine that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I would have never thought never, ever, ever that I would do a podcast. Ever.
Yes.
Or write a book.
Right.
It's just God.
Yes,
it's
it
not
takes you places, even though there are millions of books out there, millions of authors, but it's not me.
Yes.
This is my story. And I hope that my story can expand someone else's story.
Yes.
Make the borders as large as you can.
Yeah.
And life is exciting.
Yes.
It's tough, but I like to look at the upside.
Mm-hmm.
I like to know, how can I expand?
Right. How can I expand it? But the thing of it is, in order to have that, I think to think like that, I got to believe that my borders can be expanded.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like there is no limit
Right.
to what God can do through me.
Yes.
And I believe it and I receive it.
Yes. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what life is to me and to you. Well, yes. That we don't
help.
we don't have to ever give up.
Yes.
Because giving up is not an option.
Right. Yes. And we just keep going. And if you mess up, get up and fix it and make it right.
Yes.
And keep going.
Yes.
And don't get so hung up on the mess up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So,
Like some people have said, your mess can become your message.
yeah, I believe that.
Yes. So make it a message. What did I learn from
That's
it?
true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yes, and help, because like you created your book, it's your memories of you growing up with your father, with your siblings, with your mom.
Yes.
But look at the impact that it has had on children,
Yes.
or even me as an adult.
Yes.
And that is so awesome. Like when God gave you the vision, did you hesitate? Or did you say, "Oh, I'm gonna write this about my father. I'm gonna write, life experiences."
And
Or
and I had these. I started telling people about my father and all the things that he did, tying his tie and buttoning his coat, his shoes. He used to play the harmonica.
Wow.
I started talking about that to people, and they were amazed.
Mm-hmm.
And that encouraged me. I was going to write the book anyway.
Oh, okay.
But it had been 15 years before I really wrote the book.
Okay.
Or had the time. I had written down notes on what I wanted it to look like.
Okay.
So that's when I was able to go ahead and actually put it together. And I think it took me about 4 months once I got it. Oh, children's books are difficult to write.
Oh, really?
Yes, they are, because you have to get
writing is
into
difficult.
yeah. And so to use the words on their level, to make it show and not tell, to make the book engaging for a child, because their attention span is short. It's like some adults are.
Right.
So, but a children's book can be taught to adults too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it can be taught to any age group. So I could use this at any level.
Right.
Yeah.
Like my teenager, my niece is 18, nephew is 16. So they're, teenagers.
Yes.
She's a young adult. So and they would learn from this.
Yes.
They would learn from it, and they would be able to apply what they learn, because your book is really, really good.
I appreciate that.
Did you want to add anything else? So we talked about your books. Oh, I needed to know what, or do you have anything coming up in the upcoming months? You have anything coming up?
I do have something coming up in February.
Okay.
It's called the Black History Celebration. It's a community with Columbus talent. And last year I had different speakers talk about their business and how it relates to the Black community, mental health. I had a speaker from NAMI, it's the National Association of Mental Health. And so that's important to our community, because sometimes we don't like to deal with, in America as a whole, don't like to deal with issues. Yeah. Personal issues, family issues, everything is a secret.
Yeah, everything is kept swept under the rug.
Right.
And we're
stumbling over the rug with all that stuff that's under the rug, and in the closet with the skeletons, you open it and it's falling out.
Right.
And all of this stuff comes out in our daily actions, how we interact with people. So true. So we had Black businesses, and how do you break the cycle of poverty? So I had speakers, and this year in 2026, I will focus on that also.
Okay.
And I like Black history. So the kids bring in their trifold poster boards. Last year, I was able to do it at the main library downtown.
Okay.
Because it had a lot of traffic. They're going to be doing Black inventors.
Nice.
Things that we don't know about, like Henrietta Lotz. I believe that's her name. Anyway, the cells from her body in the 1950s was used by the pharmaceuticals to treat cancer.
Really?
And the family did not know, or they weren't compensated. And she died, but they used her cells to use stem cell
Wow.
research. And so the family was compensated in 2019. It was a
And she
closed
died years and
amount
years ago.
in the early 1950s. But just who made the ironing board? Who made all these inventions?
that,
the
Doc.
broom. The first time I did that, we had over 300 trifold poster boards, and
That is so creative.
the superintendent of that school district was so amazed that we filled up the gym. And one of the best ones I saw was because the fourth and fifth graders did black colleges. So the one of the best ones I saw was a young fifth grader who did a Tuskegee Institute. Now, some of the black colleges I didn't even know existed.
Wow.
I didn't know about Tuskegee, but she did a brown paper mache hand
Really?
with cotton on it and the broken chains with a degree in her hand. Wow. It was
That
amazing.
is powerful.
And a lot of teachers don't believe in the students. They didn't want their kids to participate. I said, well, I believe in my students.
Because they didn't think that they would come through with it?
Well, it was a homework project.
Okay.
And they didn't think that they never do homework.
Yeah.
They're not going to do this project. Right. Every parent participated. In fact, parents were bringing the trifold poster boards up to the school so they could be on time.
That is beautiful.
Yes, it was beautiful.
You send out letters to the parents, or okay?
Yes,
and to get them engaged.
Yes, I did send out letters to the parents, and at that first school, I did have parents, teachers who were all in.
Okay,
and then we made it a soul food. So this was before the pandemic.
Yeah,
you could bring food in, so they brought the food in.
Okay, good.
And every class feasted off of the soul food.
Yeah, good.
Yes, and so when I do the celebration, I do it with healthy soul food. We might change some ingredients so we're not overloading.
But I've been to I've been to the event in February. I've been to and it is absolutely beautiful, and I really enjoyed myself, and I got to network and meet a lot of fascinating people.
Yes.
So it was beautiful.
Yes.
But all of your events are beautiful. So
thank you.
And I get to meet just different people. So it's a beautiful experience. But I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
Again so much. And you all do not forget to purchase My Father's Antique Store. This is a beautiful book, beautifully crafted. I love it. It is, the illustrator did an excellent job. I can't say enough about that. And then Dr. Inez, the words, it's just a really, really good book. Yes. So I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
For participating and coming on Pieces on the Pages podcast, and I just thank God because it all just stemmed from a book called Secrets from Heaven. Yes. And that's what it all stemmed from, my book, when I wrote my book, Secrets from Heaven, and asked God to help me or show me or give me creative ways on how to market the book. And he said, bring along other authors, and we're going to create a podcast called Pieces on the Pages. Thank you so much.
And all of our pieces will be together.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.